motion and support. So
I'm just going to say this. Fundamentally, I'm against overturning the exemption because now you have a brand new open field, and that, to me, is not acceptable. Now, if the city attorney can suggest a regiment that we can uphold the exemption and get what we want, because, look, the way that it's done, a decision by the city has been made, and there's an exemption that has been granted. These folks didn't have any obligation to go ahead and do anything over and above what the city has suggested. They have gone out of their way, suggested modifications to be neighborly, I think. And if there is any other way of attaining that, I'll be happy to
I think that option
oblige.
was suggested with that continuance with the direction.
Well, then you have a motion on the table.
Right.
Why don't
So
you
then
do a
we're
roll
in-
call?
So procedures, and we have motion and support. We go through that, and then we get under motion and support, and then go through that vote. Okay.
You have a motion and a second on the floor
Yeah, on the floor.
from
So
Commissioner Landrigan.
Let's take a vote.
Seconded.
This is
Roll
for
call,
the
please.
overturning of the
Overturning, yes.
Of the exemption.
Correct.
Yeah.
planning commissioners. Astorian,
No.
Landrigan,
Aye.
Manukian,
Aye.
Shabazian,
Yes.
and Chairperson Lee.
No. So with the vote of 3-2, it has been overturned.
So now what? What's the next step? There is no step, right? Bob's your uncle, is what it is.
Members of the Planning Commission, the step is that the many techniques were discussed tonight, and the applicant has the option of employing all of those techniques and having it tested to determine whether or not employing of those techniques will render the sound compliant with our noise ordinance. No exception is required under those circumstances. If, after having actually employed all of those techniques, there's still a deviation from our noise standard, at that point, the applicant could reapply for an exception, establishing and demonstrating all of the techniques that have been done have nonetheless not yielded compliance with the noise ordinance.
Yeah, so the appeal of the Deputy Director's decision for noise code violation case number N, noise 1305975, has been overturned.
May I just suggest something, since this is done, and we weren't going to